Hey, it's Zisteau, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. That sky moth, is he gonna hit the belts? No, of course not. We've planned for all eventualities. He's gonna fly right above it. He's just surveying our handiwork. We are partway through the second of 3 major areas for our distributed megabase. Well, I guess 4 areas if you count the nuclear power area. But for today, we're going to work on the supercomputer part of our build. All of the pipes have been built, all of the belts have been built, everything's been painted, all the different resources scattered across the map are bundled together, and they end up directly underneath my feet, where they will be distributed amongst all the machines that need them in this massive project. We have one solitary slice, a module. And now, what we have to do, we just have to buckle down, and I just have to repeat it. I have to rebuild that thing, and add all the belts and everything, 18 times. Oh boy. Yeah, this is gonna be a thing. We gotta do it, so let's just do it. Let's just get started. We're gonna build it, but I think it's probably better if we strategize a little bit of how we go about building this thing. So you may notice at each point in the build where we bring in raw resources from our big bundle of belts, we have 2 sets of splitters. We're going to have 9 slices on this side and 9 slices on that side. Each splitter divides into 3. So we'll have 3 sets of 3, and then a second splitter to divide among those 3 sections of 3. Those 3 slices of 3. She sells seashells all along the seashore. I just did like 8 takes trying to say that. Oh my god. Tongue twister. So, we need to replicate this thing 3 times first. We'll do 1 slice to the right and 1 slice to the left. I'll start with the foundations, replicate what that is. Then we're going to have to place all of the machines. And the machines are very specifically placed where they are so that the belts line up with the machines above and the machines below. Sometimes we have a little belt stub after the belt lift or before the belt lift. But whenever possible, I tried to make it so that you're not painted. Hey, wait a second. Okay, I found an error. Kapow. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so wherever I could, I tried to make it so that the least amount of belt stubs were used and we just use belt lifts. So in a lot of places there are only belt lifts, sometimes we have a little belt stub, but the takeaway is that where the machines are is very specific and very important, so we have to replicate that very specifically, very exactly. Our slice is 3 foundations wide, so I'm just going to build 3 off to the right, 3 off to the left, and then we'll go on from there. So here's a small section of the build that I've expanded to the right and the left, and I'll show you how I set up the splitters to make the belts nice and clean and nice looking. We are making copper ingots here in these foundries using an alternate recipe. We're using copper alloy ingot, which uses copper and iron. It's slightly more efficient, but slightly more complicated. The reason we're using this is because there's just not enough copper in the area for our purposes to get by with the default recipe, so we use this more efficient one that adds a little bit more complexity, but not too much to be a huge hassle. The copper ingots get turned into copper sheets, then they get turned into AI limiters, and that is an ingredient for supercomputers just above there. To set up the splitters so that the belts are nice and square and nice looking, what you want to do is you want to have your first splitter, which is just for spacing purposes, have it overlap 1 click, you see the bounding box there in white, overlap 1 click with the foundry, then have another one, and that is just for spacing, so you can delete that one afterwards. We need a second splitter for the second ingredient, and that one needs to be lifted off the ground so that the belts have room. 3 splitters high, delete the 2 below, and now when we build a conveyor lift, it will connect to that guy without any belt stubs. In addition, because we're only really interested in 1 set of splitters for our set of 3, once we've deleted that, this will connect to that perfect 90 degrees without the need of stacking up some stackable conveyor poles to line things up. So that is a little bit of a shortcut for lining these things up. If you set up your splitters at the right spacing, then your belts will be 90 degrees, and they will look lovely. Of course, we still need to paint them, but on the other side, it's the same thing. We just need to build a lift like that, connect it with the belt without thinking about it, because it will automatically go to 90 degrees. This needs to be 2 clicks from the center of the output to get a 90 degree. There we go. Back up 2 clicks. We get automatically 90-degree turn. And it looks super nice. And so, some indeterminable amount of time later, 3 full slices have been constructed and hooked up with belts. They're connected to each other via where the splitters are located. And we're starting to fill out the total amount of space, get a better idea of what it'll look like. And I think it's a good idea, before we build any more, to take another look at the support structure we built last episode underneath. Let me just not die as I careen wildly towards the ground. We built this truss-looking support structure underneath last episode, and now that we have more room to the left and the right of it, it's probably a good idea to try to update it. I think 1 set of columns is going to be just fine, but we can probably extend outwards things like this lip. We could have beams going from side to side, I suppose, and maybe a good place to put a beam would be like right here. So what that might look like, if we just extend outward these foundations that are 8 meter by 2 meter, and then we take these inverted quarter pipes and just extend the shape that we already made, we can create beams extending outwards from this truss. Did I just place 2 of those over top of each other? Oh, I think I did. Okay, let's just replace that. So we can extend outward from this point. Let's look at it from the side. So if we're over here at the side, we've got the column going straight down through. That's a good place to put a beam perpendicular to our big truss guy. Oh, some berries. Lovely. We can put another one there, and we can also extend this guy that's right here. And since we use these frame foundations at that point, we can probably use those as well for this. And that, I guess that could look somewhat similar to the support structure at the nuclear build. And after a little bit of fiddling, maybe it could look a little something like this. Maybe once we've built more, we can connect some of these things up and revise them once again. But now that I've done that, it's probably about time we get to work building the other slices. Oh boy. I gotta build 3 more on this side and 3 more on that side. Oh, it's gonna take so long. It's gonna be so many clicks. If only there was a different way, or a better way. Ooh. No, I shouldn't. Should I? Oh, but... well, maybe I should. It has been a while. It has been quite a while since the last time. Maybe it's okay. Maybe I deserve it. Did I earn it? I think I earned it. Maybe I could just a little bit? Oh, here we go. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. Whoa. I'm bouncing. Ooh. La 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 la. Kaboom. Oh my, what happened? Oh hey, I'm standing on a foundation. Alright, let's get rid of that. I don't think that's supposed to be there. Whoop! Oh wow, look at that! It worked! Last thing I remember is licking that slug, and then the rest is sort of a blur. And look what happened as a result of my my building strategy. Let's call it a building strategy. Everything looks built. We've got 3 sets of 3. A total of 9 different module slices here. Everything's all wired up. There's a set of 3 here, a set of 3 there, and a set of 3 there. They're all linked up with a second set of splitters. 1 splitter splitting into 3, 3 splitters splitting into 9. That's fantastic. Is it all here? It looks like it is all here. All the belts look like they've been set up. Wow, that's amazing. That's incredible. That just saved me so much time, it's ridiculous. Well, I guess it didn't actually save me time. I did still build it, didn't I? I just don't remember building it. So what's the difference? I don't know. It feels like I just got away with something, but I don't think I actually did. That's kind of weird. Alright, let's take a look at the underside. Why don't we do that? Oh, it's been updated too. We got some beams on the underside. We got a lot of columns. Oh, this is looking nice. Kind of looks like a skate park that's upside down, which I guess is kind of cool. We got lots of beams. We got lots of pillars, all kinds of stuff. This is, oh, that is a line for concrete coming in, which is very important for building all these foundations. So the next part of the build is gonna be a doozy. We've got to take everything that's over there, all 9 slices, all of those foundations and machines and belts, all of it, and we've got to create an exact copy over here. Everything we just did, we got to do again. Oh boy. If only there was a better way. A way that I could speed it up, or at least, I guess, technically speed it up by forgetting I built it. Yeah, if I can't remember I built the thing, it's kind of the same as if I snap my fingers and magically it just appears. Is there really any difference as far as my own consciousness is concerned? I don't think this creature here that probably doesn't like me for some reason. I'm not concerned with his memories. I'm only concerned with my own memories. So maybe there's no other option. Yeah, there's no other option. We have to do it. We got to do it. Okay. Whew, okay, here we go. Here we go. Oh. Wait. Wait, what happened? Nothing happened. Oh no. Am I developing a tolerance? Okay, so there's only one thing we can possibly do, and that's to find more slugs quickly. We've got to overcome the tolerance I've developed, I guess. There's another slug right up there. Okay, here we go. Let's see if this slug does the trick. 2 slugs at once. Surely that'll do it, right? Here we go. Here we go. Damn it. Oh, it's not working. I don't want to build that. I do not want to build that. We got to find more slugs. Quick. Find more slugs. Oh, here's one. Here's one. Dang it. Whoa. Is this one? Is it purple? A purple slug. Whoa. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Oh, my head. I've got a splitting headache. We are never, ever doing that again. That was the last time. Absolute last time. Cold turkey, never doing that again. Oh, wow. That is a lot of belts, though. Seems like it might have worked. Look at all of the things. Everything's been built. Oh, it actually did work. That's amazing. I'm still never doing this again, but still, that's incredible. Look at everything. All the machines, all the platforms, all the belts, everything looks ready to go. All the belts are connected up from our central bundle here, distributed out to all the different machines. I think the last thing to do is probably to plug it in, right? And if I was going to plug it in, it would probably be close to train station, which is right here. I guess right here. Yeah, we just need to plug it in. That's it. Wait. Actually, one more thing. Scaffolding be gone. Okay, here we go. So there we go. After much effort and furious amounts of planning, we have a fully armed and operational battle station. But it's still not complete. We have supercomputers and we have quartz crystals, but we still have to build a train network to bring our heat sinks over so we can combine them all into radio control systems. We also need to do some cosmetic work on the wraparound skin. The columns and the underside of the build look pretty awesome, but the outside is still missing a nice, lovely, kind of customized wrapper, if you will. And I have some ideas for what that might look like. But all these things are going to be adventures for another episode. That does it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.